Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday. It is currently January 15th, and it is time to go ahead and assign my new paycheck out for this next half of the month. Before I get to that, I did want to go ahead and make sure that the new transactions that have come in throughout this past week are correct. They've cleared accurately, and I'm also going to be reconciling the accounts based on what's in my bank account. So, I want Ynab and my bank accounts to be accurate. And this will also help with if at any time later on, maybe like in a week or two, something is not right with the accounts, I'll at least know that these particular transactions are good, they're correct, and I don't have to necessarily look at them to try to fix whatever the issue might be. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first account here for the Sapphire card. I did pay off both cards prior to getting this new check, this new paycheck, so they should all have a zero balance in Ynab. Okay, that was a payment, so I do have a zero balance. That does coincide with my bank account. So I'm gonna go ahead and reconcile. Now I do want to go ahead and add these two pending transactions in just so I can see um, any overspend and work on that. I shouldn't have any though, not for these two. Yes, 24 is my second annual fee, so annual subscription. And I do keep a yearly budget just on Google Sheets that I just sort of created. It's very simple. I just plug in the numbers of what I think I'll need. And this was actually a lot less. So I had actually budgeted 250 for both of the annual fees for January. I knew one of them was going to be about 100 for YNAB. This one I wasn't sure. I didn't remember exactly how much it was going to be. So that's why the extra 150. But it actually only ended up being $67. So I can move a little bit of that money towards something else, which I am going to need, which works out. And then this beauty one, this is actually not beauty. This was a pharmacy purchase, and this is going to go under wellness. I know it's a big amount, $500. This was for prescriptions, and these are for my dad, who is who I live with. So I don't have access to his bank accounts. I'm not in on his, you know, uh, debit or anything like that. So I pay them and then he pays me back. So this amount is actually taken care of already. He already sent me the money for it. So that's why. So it is handled. I'm not going over budget or anything. All right, so that is Sapphire. And let's take a look at Freedom. Okay, so Lowe's is going to go into the home fund. We have a little, um, sort of a little attached room that we use as storage to the house, and it has a metal roof. So the metal roof came loose on a section, and it's been really windy where I'm at. So it's just been flapping in the wind and banging really hard against the other pieces that are there. So we went to Lowe's and we got some um, metal roof nails. We already had the drill and everything, and then we did that ourselves rather than pay someone to do it. It seems to be working. We haven't heard it flapping or anything, so we think we did a good job, myself and my sister. Let's see. So this $34 is not groceries. I'm gonna put it as household. I'm gonna put that as household. and it's gonna go under home fund as well. And we did buy this at Walmart, so I'm just gonna tag that in there just in case I'm curious about it. So we went to Walmart, my sister and I, because she wanted to get a couple of things for herself. And um, we walked in, and the greeter, lovely, lovely lady, she gave us a card, and it told us that there was a sale going on some um, storage buckets, like the really big storage buckets, for the Christmas stuff and everything, and that they were not on sale. What was the word she used? Um, Clearance. They were in clearance. So we didn't have a plan to go and get storage containers. It is something that we had discussed because a lot of our Christmas stuff is in cardboard boxes. And for some of those, we did open them to like dead insects because, cardboard, paper, kind of just they're attracted to it, I guess. And we did want to go ahead and change them, put them in something a little bit more airtight. So we figured, why not? We might as well take a look, see what's there. We ended up coming home with um, a long storage container for the Christmas tree that also that still had plenty of room for other things. And then we also got four like mid-sized rectangle, like tall containers. And that was like too big for the cart. So we paid. That's what the 34 is. We paid, we put it in the car, and then we went back in and we started doing some shopping. And for some reason, we both decided to take another look because there were some bigger containers, rectangle tall containers, and we were curious about the price. And they ended up being, I think, $8. And they're huge, like big. And we took two of those as well. And she paid for those. I paid for the first set, which was the $34. She paid for those. We had a hard time trying to get all of that into my car. It was definitely a puzzle, but we got them and we got them in and everything fit and we got rid of so much cardboard. It was great. Okay, back to back to the budget. So this is the payment that I did. And again, my clear balance is 0. That is what I have on my bank account. So I'm going to go ahead and reconcile this one. And then I do have a payment for Allstate. And this is new. This is going to go in its own category, which I added. And this is the new one that I need to try and figure out how I'm going to fund it. Um, so, one of the key things that I wanted to do this year is try and get some discounts or try to lower some of my bills, like the car insurance. Currently, I am with State Farm and I pay about $200 with them just for my car. And then my sister is with a different company with her and my dad, and she pays roughly 350 something. So if we combine that, even though we're paying separately with different insurance companies, the household, if we look at it, the household is paying over $500 at this point. So we figured there's usually multi-car discounts. So we went ahead and we were looking around for different varying companies, and we settled on Allstate because for all three of our cars, it is going to be roughly around $345. And since we are splitting that, and we're splitting it not necessarily evenly, she is still willing to handle two cars, and I'm just gonna be doing mine. But we're still saving. I think with her, she's saving about just a little over $100, and with mine, I'm saving about $80 from what I used to pay. So she'll be sending me money monthly for her portion of it. I do want to get this a little bit more even into what we're paying. it might not be fully half because if we do full half, I think I only get like a $25 discount from what I was paying before, which is not bad, but she would still be getting almost a full 100 at that point. So she wants to have it a little bit more where we're both getting a decent discount. It's not me, it is her. She brought it up. Um, but we'll discuss it sort of at a later date, a couple of months from now, if I'll pay more into it or if she's fine just doing it this way. But yes, so that is what happened. And essentially, I think my portion of it is going to be about $120 at this time, which is better than 200. So, so that's where that happened. Okay. And then checking, we have a couple of things here. So these were the payments to the credit cards. So I'm going to approve those. And then for the roof payment, this should actually be transfer. Fix that up. And then the paycheck that came in. And then I should have another transaction here that came in on the 14th. I have two. I have two transactions that came. Oh, I'm sorry. No, not the 14th. Today. It happened today. All right. So one is from Zelle, and this is my dad. And then one is to my sister. So it's another Zelle, but it's actually going to be taken from the grocery fund. And it's 44 because she did get a couple of things for me um, when she did the grocery shopping. So I sent her 44. I don't know if 44 is the correct thing. We can't find the receipt, but try to get it get it as even as we could. So that's what we decided on. And then let's see. This actually should be cleared. And these two actually already cleared. I think I'm a little bit ahead of Ynab, but that's okay. And then my total should be 2,634. Let me see. Oh, this one never cleared. That's why. There we go. 2,634 and 80 cents. That's a yes. All right, perfect. So all these transactions are correct. They're all cleared. And now we can finally go into the budget. All right. So apparently I have 6 categories that are overspent. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that. The first one is wellness. I'm going to go ahead and add the $500 here. I believe it was $500.31. And let me just double check here. Yes, 531. All right. And then for the 15th to the 31st, that's the groceries. That's actually going to get cleared when I start assigning the Ynab subscriptions as well and the home fund as well. So I'm going to go back to all. And let's go ahead and assign. So I do need to fill in T-Mobile. So that's 214. And then here it's 250. for the second half of groceries. Wellness, we're actually good to go. The 68 is what I would have left over for my 100. And that's good because I do need to get some more vitamins for myself. I'm running out of iron. So, home fund, I had 50 set aside. I don't think I'm going to need it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put 42 just to cover what I used. And annual. So annual, I had 250 that I was going to add, but I don't need that. So I'm just going to put the 67.33 and just cover that. Now I'm going to go ahead and fund 310 to get that paid. And I'm going to send that payment out tonight. It goes to my sister. So my other sister, the other sister, there's, I have three of them. um, and that way I don't see the money on my account, so I can't spend it. It has to go to her and no one else. All right. I'm going to go ahead and fund this Allstate just so I have it there. I'm not funding State Farm because I am going to be canceling it. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and hide it since I'm not going to use it anymore. Let's see. I am going to go ahead and fund food. I do want to buy myself something out to eat. I've been craving a little bit of fast food, so hopefully I don't use the whole 75 because I've done really good this first half of the year. And then the rest of this, I'm going to go ahead and put on the auto fund. So a little less than what I actually wanted to go ahead and add to that. I wanted to do a full 300 again. So I would be at 600. And then that would mean that I would be able to get the car repair done that I need in March. I still could get it repaired in March. No, I'm sorry, not in March. February. February. Because I would have put more in February, and by the end of the month, I would have probably been able to. But that's okay. Either end of February, if I'm able to put in an additional 300 in there, or beginning of March, I should be able to go ahead and get that repair done, and then I won't have to worry about it anymore. And then after that, I would have to do the maintenance. The car is asking for the maintenance, and I was like, oh my goodness. But I think the maintenance is less, so I need to take care of this first, this repair, and then I can do the maintenance. I have done my oil change though. I did do my oil change, but I do think I need the tires rotated. They're a little wobbly, so I want to definitely do that. Okay. I think that is all. I am hoping that with a lot of these categories, I'll have some amount left. I won't use it all. And I can go ahead and add some to the car fund, the auto fund, and maybe add a little bit additional into my high yield savings. So I'm hoping that I can stay on track as I've been doing. The only sort of um, off the path was Allstate, but it's going to pay off in the long run because the totals now are going to be less than what I was paying with State Farm. So that is fantastic in my point of view. And it just takes a little bit of uncomfortableness, but you gotta go with the flow sometimes with your budget. And it still works out. I'm still able to clear it. I'm not overstressing myself, So, yeah, I think that is it. Everything so far is going good. It is still only January. We have a whole entire year ahead of us. But once again, I am staying positive. I am just going with whatever happens and just making it work. And hopefully, as time progresses, everything will just get better and better and better. So, yeah. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for watching as always. Have a very great day.